Alright, so we are back on the Mana Symbol channel trying out another Indomitable Creativity list. This one is one that Cedric Phillips ran in a challenge a little while back. So he was experimenting with a bunch of Primeval Titan decks. And this one is intending to sort of hybridize the Indomitable Creativity 4-color shells with Primetime. So what can we do with this deck? Well, for starters, we're going to try to Indomitable Creativity for X equals 1, 2, 3, even 4, and floop as many Primeval Titans into play as possible, which is going to be fun, hopefully. But on top of that, we're going to hopefully be able to have interaction against all sorts of other decks, a little insulation against aggressive things like Burn, a little bit of acceleration from Strike It Rich. Strike It Rich also, of course, creates treasure tokens for our creativities, plus the Dwarven Mines. We got Prismari Command and Teferi Time Raveler. It's just a super tight construction here, and eventually we just start slamming mountains and sending lightning bolts at our opponent's face. There's a disturbingly low number of lands in this deck, considering it's a Titan deck. We have no Ren 6, but we do have Expressive Iteration to sort of bridge the gap and provide some card draw. A pretty reasonable sideboard, so I don't have so much to say about this deck before we get into it, so let's get into it, and then I will probably figure out what's going on. Tunneling Cat, clearly ahead of the Canister. Silent Sea Song, managing to stay in the 5th place there. Ba-doo-doo. 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 Beep 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 beep. Beep beep booty beep beep beep. Yeah, I know, Squirmit. I know. That'll be Wednesday. We're back with Randy Rootwalla, Chaos Theory. More than enough people have been sort of excited for it, so I'm gonna make sure that happens. Well, I mean, I have interaction, card draw. Opponent's not on a Lurrus deck, so there are a number of decks they could be on that this hand will not be good against. Tron of any variant. Any Cavern of Souls deck, we should be gravy. Cavern into nothing, huh? Yes, total PogChamp. Snoop Moggy Mog. So the question is, do I want to do something like Shock and ending this? And then I can have Expressive plus Bolt up next turn? I think that is something that I would like to do. Oh, and let's get this on. Boo-doo-doo. Yeah. We do look like Jeskai Control with a kind of goofy mana base, so let's see that means anything to our opponent. So I really don't have to deal with these guys. So let's go hand, bottom, exile. Until you use me up. Yeah, the only untapped green source is one Stomping Ground. That is correct. Wait, what? What? No. I mean, I guess there's probably a Ketria Triome, right? There's got to be 2, right? There's got to be 2. Let's see if Cedric is a psycho. Yeah, there's 1. 2 Ketria Triomes, 1 Stomping Grounds. That's okay, the 1. You just watch whoever you like the best. You don't need to watch me. I don't mind if you're watching other people, and if you balance it between me and them, or you just don't, like, that's all good, man. So they could have munitions expert here. So if we are going to creativity, we're going to creativity off the treasure. I kind of feel like I'm supposed to do that. So I'll have 4 mountains in play plus a Valakut and another mountain, which won't trigger yet, but that means next turn it'll start triggering. Also, them, like, for them to deal with a Titan right now is, like, not easy. And then next turn we just cast another Titan. So we're going to get Valakut and a Ketria Triome. Like, obviously I don't have to go for this hard and this fast. But, I mean, we came here to smork, right? Baby, baby, baby. Hey, what's up, Larynx Punchworthy? Yeah, it's all good. The one, like, watch whoever you're most interested in, and, you know, I'll be here for... I just started, so, you know, don't, That was a follower account that does hate raids. Hoss00312. Is that what you're, is that what you're talking about, Vivek Gray? Because I saw, someone tweet about getting followed by them, and they were saying, what do I do now? And I assumed it was because it was someone famous and awesome. Just ban them? Do I have to... What? Just do Titan beats and ramp a lot? Anything with Hoss in the name should be instant banned. Okay, but I really can't easily grab the name right now. Maybe this worked? Let's see if this worked. Okay, I believe that worked. Should I report them? I mean, I guess... I'm not going to report them yet, assuming that... All right, hold on. Yeah. I'll try to be very vigilant about making sure we put the stream into emote-only mode at the end. Hold on, let me finish the sideboarding and then we'll figure this out. I think this is probably good enough. Timely reinforcements is fine, but yes. I mean, a hate raid doesn't have to be against someone who's a minority or marginalized group. I wouldn't consider myself to be part of a minority or marginalized group, but I would consider myself to attempt to be an ally. And so, no, this definitely they could go after anyone they want. Like they could go after anyone, right? I think it's gonna very quickly get to the point where they just go after whoever they feel like, right? It started off being minorities. It started off being marginalized groups, and that's probably the bulk of where it's pointed. But it can happen to anyone, and I'm assuming that it will begin to do so. I'd like to consider myself an ally. I do the best that I can, you know. Actually light on lands in this deck. Like, it's only 23. Which, we'll see. Oh, they had a Savvy Triome. Good. So they're not going anywhere quick. I'm definitely blocking. If they munitions expert to get through here... Oh, they can't even do it. And And again, even if they do, I really don't care. Sure. That was a really good use of a card, opponent. That's... I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, Martinez DP. Thanks for that prime sub, friend. Pashlik Mons. Okay, so we're gonna fetch shock so I can bolt this now. I think I want Sacred Foundry. Go to 13. I was gonna do it tonight. The one I put it on my schedule for about 2 hours from now, like where I normally go live. I hope that's okay. I can move it if not. So I was gonna do the donation deck on Wednesday, but since I'm doing Randy on Wednesday and I don't think it's a good Randy deck, I think be better to do it today. So yeah, I'm doing all right, Martinez. I'm getting excited, and I've been seriously thinking about it. And I think next week we're going like full-time, more in the daytime. I'm going to take a poll at some point on what time slot y'all think would be. It'll be after this league, the one, so approximately 2 hours, but almost definitely less because this deck is pretty efficient. So, I sleep in like 9 hours, and you'd love to be here for it live. Well, I want you to be here for it live. So if you can't be here in the next little while, then let me know and I'll reschedule it for maybe Thursday, if that works for you. All right, let's keep slamming our life total. I'm not gonna worry about it. What did they put on top? Ringleader. Hey, it's 0 is even. You very kind human being. How you doing on this day? I hope exceptional. So we have Aether Gust for their Ringleader next turn, and then we get some Creativity for 2 Titans, which sounds gross. So let's do that. Before 10 HST. It'll be after this league. This league is probably not going to take 2 hours from now. I can't imagine that it will. And with them tapped out, I'm going to crack this clue to draw and then just go double dwarf. Because bird up, and everybody saying, when you get those tweet outs. Do, 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 do. So retweet it, retweet it now for me. Oh. I don't know. I just love that song. Word it. Hey, opponent, I think you're dead. So we have 5 mountains. So we go Valakut, Valakut. Yeah. Valakut, Valakut. And then, like, Triome, Triome, 12 them. Oh, I should tweet about that. Oh, sorry, Larynx. That just means the bot left again. I did set it all up, I promise. Like, it's all set up. It's just the bot constantly leaves the goddamn chat. We have 2 Valakuts. 2. We have 2 Valakuts, my little friend. 2. Yes, total poke champ. On play and draw is reasonable, so we are keep. How can a bot leave? They just do. Like, so the way the bots work is the way some of these things work is the website has a stock of Twitch accounts, or the one Twitch account, which joins the chat when you tell it to. And normally it just stays there in perpetuity. She finished the league with Owash. I did. I only went 3-2. I lost a hammer twice. It's not actually that bad of a matchup. They just wrecked me. Like, it was just one of those things where it's like everything just worked out nicely for them and we died. Well, it was like in game 2 and 3 in both matches. Well, no, one I got 2-0'd. In game 2, so this is Glimpse. So I need 3 mana next turn for his Prismari Command to shoot something. Sorry. So in the first match, it was game 2 and 3, they had turn 2 Sanctifier, and I literally just never drew a Pyrite Spellbomb to kill it before they got a hammer on it. And in the second match, I never drew a Relic of Progenitus, which ended up being a big deal because they just started grinding Luris value, and it was insane. Well, then, it is very possible we just won. I'm not calling it yet, but it's there's 4 Pyrite Spellbombs in the main deck, Jarpin. There's also Ensnaring Bridges, but they just lucked out. Like, they just had the exact setup they needed to beat me in both games, and it happens. Like, there were definitely some tipping points where I could have made better decisions with information that I got on the next turn, but, like, you just can't. It is possible they can go Fury into Cascade this turn, but I'm just going to reduce their permanent count, so if they're forced to take that line, it's going to be really sketchy for them. If they do have Fury or Bone Crusher right now, I guess I kind of got myself, because I could have plus Teferi. Hard cast Tireless Provisioner, sure. So, I just want to kill this now. And I have a land. I could Iteration into Prismari Command and then not... Yeah, okay, we're supposed to... I'm sure we're supposed to do that. Okay, so... I'll take a Titan, because leaving 3 in my deck is fine. Then we'll put the Mine into exile. Yeah. So, hand, bottom, exile. Oh! Ah! Alright, well, yeah, that was a big mistake. I forgot Valakut's not a mountain in these decks. I'm a Moran. It's okay, I just haven't played with this deck before. I do remember that when people were trying to put Valakut into Velomachus, this was like something that I kind of was talking about. It's like, this setup will happen to you all the time. So... we're okay. Like, we had a backup plan here. It's just, like, a bit of a tilt. I mean, for other decks, right? Not for this deck. But I agree with you. It is frequently a mountain when it's in play. So we have double Prismari Command here. So I can't see this... But I have double Prismari Command plus... I can iterate first, then Prismari Command once, and use a Dwarf to block. But I need the blue and okay, so that's let's just not get fancy and get ourselves again. So I'm gonna play this. 2 damage, target player creates a treasure. So I can put a dwarf in. Am I worried about their permanent count? Not if they don't kill my Teferi. Pretty sure I'm just supposed to kill this now, though. Just like, don't dick around. Just like, get it done. All right. Just want a couple of extra ways to reduce their permanent count. Yeah, we're against Glimpse. It should be. Is it, wait, whose New Year happens in Labor Day? Yiddish. Interesting. Well, happy New Year to you and yours, Alex. Or them and theirs, if that's not you. If you're just celebrating it because it's fun to celebrate things. Rosh Hashanah. I got it. Not a good Jew. Well, we all knew that, Alex. But to be fair, you're also not a good Christian, so, you know. Oh, that's not true at all. You're a great political employee. As far as I understand it. You seem to think you're good at your job. So, did you know the legend... So, the legend rule doesn't cause things to sacrifice, which I have known. But it's funny. One of those things that sometimes gets in your head, you know, you just, like, get a ruling wrong in your head. And that was me today with finding out about sagas do not actually sacrifice. Or, sorry, sagas do actually sacrifice. Sorry, that was the screw-up that I got hit with. Sagas do actually sacrifice. Yeah, we can turn to a Teferi here. Yeah, sagas do actually sacrifice. I know, but it's weird because, like, nothing else seems to. They do sacrifice, so they interact with Tergrid. I mean, but it's not, like, so that they can do that, right? That's just, like, a thing that is incidental. RTFR, read the freaking rules. So we just played Teferi here in plus, right? 10 out of 10. I could just hold up Aether Gust, but like... Actually, is it better to land Strike It Rich this turn and then Aether Gust if they try to go off and then Teferi next turn with a second Aether Gust as backup? Yeah, I think so. Randy reads citations from the Asir? Oh yeah, sure. That's definitely something you could do. Need some money for that. Seems to make sense with other similar rules that like vanishing. I guess so. I guess sagas have so many little weird rules, eccentricities already that it just sort of felt to be like, you know, just have shotgun shells. I don't know, do Canadian banks? Can I pay my rent with shotgun shells, Alex? In my neighborhood, you can. Yeah, like sagas just have so many weird rules goofs already that it just felt like one of those things that I love this opponent constantly attacking with the plant. It's a boss move. So I can play Teferi now, but the Shardless agent can attack it. I think I'm just like playing into the Fury, and if they have it, they have it. So we send this, and then hopefully... Alright, good draw. Not a great draw, but a good draw. Tracker, sure. And a Calding Garden, sure. Permanent count is insane now. Which is more than a little concerning. Plus this. As a non-gun owner, I just kind of assumed ammo was free. No, not at all. So we can go Shock, Make a Treasure. I'm sure this is too loud. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. So Teferi just bricking their whole thing. And we just cast a Titan next turn. Seems pretty okay. If they have a Bone Crusher, they can actually go stomp into Cascade. Omnath is scary. So an MH2 pack can get me around 10 rounds. I mean, it depends on the right who you find. Maybe more. So I'm on 5 mountains. So I can get a bolt here. Is a bolt at all helpful to me? Yeah, probably good enough. Yeah, 6/6. I mean, I'm just not necessarily considering like that I'm gonna get to keep it, and if they get to like quote unquote go off, then it's not gonna be enough, right? Evil person? Well, you haven't watched enough of my stream then. Fairly evil. Randy's a good one. Primeval Titan is evil. Not when you're not playing Amulet Titan. This deck can't turn to anybody. I mean, it's an imaginary border. 0 is even, but it's also like... I mean, there is a physical... Obviously, there is a physical construction at the border, Alex, but like what he means is like... that there's so many places where it's like really doesn't... But the point is being part of a different culture and history and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, like... Each country has had a completely different, history. How did Canada become a country? Well, basically we waited until, England or the UK or whatever it was at the time had sort of started being a failed empire, and we politely asked to become a country. How did America become a country? War. Right, I'm just saying what we did was we filed the paperwork and asked nicely. Yeah, yeah, but they were also at a point where like that was happening to a lot of different countries. Like the age of empires was kind of coming to an end, and so it absolutely does bison. Obviously, that's not the only thing, but I'm just saying like that's just a clearly, obviously different thing. That's just the difference between Canada and the States. Cube BC. All right, on the draw, obviously this is super slow. There's just no way. That's much better. All right. No, Tuesday streams died, Halsey, at least for the next little while. So this is Black White Stoneblade with Esper Sentinel. Okay. Yeah, it's I mean, geological barriers are also obviously important to sort of cultural development. So I'm going to play this out because I don't. I'm going to double spell this turn, even though it means they get to draw a card. That's fine. We need to make sure that we get everything firing up as quickly as possible here. Once we find an Indomitable Creativity, hopefully we can do something with it. Why the hell is the Grixis Luris sideboard just a bunch of ones now? I assume it's because they all have a bit of overlap with each other in certain matchups, Halsey. It's actually fairly common for control deck sideboards to look like that. The mana symbol story of how Quebec became a country? Well, I mean, you could say how it almost became a country. Because it didn't. I did, Joe Cheney. I saw some of Zan's run to Mythic 1 on that 24-hour stream he did. Why did they not drop in their Cauldra here? Do they have Batterskull too? Oh, well, that's a draw. Yeah, correct. Quebec is not a country. The referendum failed, exactly. And the person who was running it, for lack of a better term, basically said, well, if we got it by like 51%, I don't know if I really would have pushed to go through with that. I don't know if you would have an option at that point, but like with the England leaving the EU nonsense, we'll give them a card here too. I guess they could be holding open blue cards. Do we think they're playing Mana Leak or Spell Pierce or something? It's basically the Brexit strategy, but Quebec had a better outcome. Yeah, exactly. No, Alex knows he's Canadian. He works in government. Rats. What timing? All right, well, we can find a prismatic ending and get out of this pretty quickly. So let's do that. Card they're holding up is Spell Queller? Yeah, it could be. Creativity X2 is really good then. If I can find another one. Sarah's Emissary is such a funky card for Modern. Yeah, I agree. It's been surprisingly good. Yeah, it's very similar to Archon of Valor's Reach. All right, what do we got? Yikes. So hand, bottom, exile. If they have a second dangerous equipment, that means we have an answer. What do you got? Batterskull? Sword of Fire and Ice. I'll wait till they equip, give them a card, but shatter it. Unless, well, we'll find out if they have a 2-mana counterspell, but if they do, we're in trouble anyway, so. Hey, how's it going, Mord? You beautiful Argentinian. Jace. Exotic. Yeah, I got tons of chaff. Ban me like some of your Kevikins. You dislike iteration. This is my first time playing it, KJ Jenkins. I don't like it. I don't hate it. It's fine so far. It hasn't really been much of a factor in a lot of the games we've been playing. So that's gonna resolve no problem. I don't know what they're doing with the sequencing. It's a nice day to start again. It has to be Spell Queller, right? Or like Kaya's Guile? Some nonsense? Yeah, I would say it's pretty much gotta be Spell Queller at this point. Oh my god, it has higher power. Whoops. Alright, well, we're giving them another card. Yikes. Alright, well, we might as well keep casting stuff while they're tapped down. I actually don't know if I have untapped blue mana to get right now. It's kind of awkward. I think there's 3 Steam Vents in this deck, but I could be wrong. It's fine. Their draw just that one Inquisition just really took us apart here. Fatal Push. Well, let's find out if we're dead or not. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, it's fine. Valkyrie and Release to the Winds? Yeah, they could be. This is a really awkward game to try to sideboard for. I want Veils. I don't really know what else I want. Hold on to your ears for a half a second here. Anyone who is on headphones. 3, 2, 1. One more. There we go. I kind of want like all removal on deck. Just like trim. Okay, maybe not that. I definitely want the Teferis. Which bear is best? What's your definition of bear or Chaos Theory? How narrow are we talking here? That's hand. Okay. I need the paragraph. Let me write you a paragraph about it. False. Black bear is correct. Real question: why creativity into Titan rather than Emrakul? So the the question you're asking with creativity decks is, what do you want to happen when you creativity? What is the sliding scale of how close do you want to be to winning the game this turn versus winning the game next turn? So Emrakul is basically the best card you can get if what you want to do is set up to win next turn. However, there is a very, very large cadre, whatever. There's a large number of options that are between win the game next turn and potentially win the game this turn. So the most extreme example of win the game this turn is Velomachus with the full suite of turn spells in your deck. You can literally win the game on turn 3 off of Creativity X1. So that is an option that you have. And you, like, Archon of Cruelty in some matchups basically wins the game the turn it comes into play, because the resource swing is just unsolvable for your opponent. Standard, the one. Standard to Infinity and Beyond. Unmoored Ego. Do they know what they're getting? Did they see the Titans? Also, what the hell is my opponent on? Assuming that printing it in Standard doesn't mean it becomes legal in Pioneer, etc. Like that. No, gotcha. They took the creativities. Okay, we have Titans still. That's fine. Not my favorite, but it's fine. Pauper? I mean, I guess. Yeah, it depends on how you define it. Yeah, they went for creativity. Because they didn't know what to go for in terms of the payoffs, I guess. That's a really late, but still acceptable draw. The thing we were all on about was from The Office. I don't understand. So yeah, so going back to the question, so that's what you're deciding. So, and is creativity equal X1 good enough for you, or do you want to set up a deck that wants to creativity X2? No, I've seen all of The Office. The Office is good, but like I don't know if your reference Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. This is obviously like a very well, it's not obvious, but like I think this is a pretty obscure Office reference. Like it's not a commonly used one. I believe you. I'm just saying like this is probably a deeper cut that I'm just not remembering. All right, here comes Cauldra. Right, so, well, and here's the thing. So, assuming that you get any number of Titans into play, you're getting some value. Whereas if you Emrakul and the opponent has a Solitude, you're going to get about nothing, which is not great, right? You're going to approximately gain nothing. So that's like the format has been able to adjust to a lot of the things you can creativity for. And so the question is, what is the best thing you can set up for either X equals 1 or X equals 2? This deck can go X1 to X4 as long as all the Titans are still in your deck. So, you know, that's an option that you get. So I think I just bolt here. Actually, do I want a Prismari Command? No, I just want to bolt here. This might still need the Veil. Get my Titan through. Well, it's not even about the, again, but it's like the old Amulet Titan strategy of like, well, you don't need your Titan to resolve every time. Like, that's not important. You can just win off the value it created for you. That's a good draw. Not a great draw, but a good draw. Cool. Worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, who likes double Valakut here? I do. I really do. Alright, solve it. You just played damn. What do you got? Another one? Another one. Yeah, they got another one. Well played. Alright. You're almost dead. Asking you shall receive. That's biblical. Time Raveler. That's kind of rude. Cycle my veil. Alright, they're dead. Cool. Oh, I never finished my tweet. All right. Did anyone have more options for the most boomer songs of all time? Because this is on the list. Glory Days is on the list. Is it something by Neil Young? Is there something by Neil Young that we would consider like very boomer? Best days of I asked my parents. Yeah, Rocket in the Free World. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's Neil Young, right? Valakut's a messed up card. I mean, it's pretty slow, Jig. Also, welcome, sir. I don't think like a Rolling Stone is that, but I think it needs to have a little bit more electric guitar in my mind. I think it's Rocketing in the Free World. See, I don't like Rockin' in the Free World as an answer, though, because it's too serious subject matter. When the Lion Sleeps Tonight? No, it's not a rock song. No, I think Summer of '69 Glory Days are what I'm putting up, and then neither supply option. Can't Be Boomer has 69 in the title. I mean, but the thing is the subject matter. The subject matter is very important. Anything Leonard Skinnerd? What? Which one? Like, I don't think you can just say anything Leonard Skinnerd and have me like be like on board with that. So they did Unmoored Ego our creativities that game. This game they'll definitely Unmoored Ego our Titans. So yeah, Sweet Home Alabama might be. Although I don't really want to put that on the poll because it's got a bit of what do I want to say? There's some connotations that I don't. Flusterstorm and Mystical Dispute because they have Teferi. Yeah. Steppenwolf, Magic Carpet Ride. Hand is good. Not great, but good. Something by Billy Joel. Fair. Billy Joel. Quality pick. Oh, American Pie. Pretty up there. I don't know. I'll let people submit their own because I don't feel like any of these speaks to what I think about it. Anything by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Yeah, that's also a good one. So if I don't play... Alright, so they're telling me they're going to have Stoneforge on too. But we have to dodge the... We have to dodge the ego on 3. Are the majority of Magic players boomers? But do they all have boomer music taste? Because not everyone who's in the boomer age group has boomer music taste. Like, I wouldn't call anything by AC/DC boomer, even though, like, it is, but it's not, like, definably... Like, I think Americana is, like, the most... Yeah, Born to be Wild is probably another good one. Although, again, like, it's not as boomer because it's not about the past, right? Born to be Wild, it was written by young people about being young and reckless. That's what I like more about Glory Days and Summer 69 is it's about reminiscing, which, you know, you don't get more boomer than being like, everything was better back when I was young. I remember, it was good. Americana is a I don't know if it's like an official music genre, but it's like a loose description of like the Eagles and Bruce Springsteen and is Weird Al boomer? No, because he's parody, right? Like, I don't really think that qualifies. But yeah, Americana is a real thing. I'm trying to remember like a good famous Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song. I'm sure there's a bunch of them, but I don't know them off. Yeah, Last Dance with Mary Jane, that's probably pretty good. That's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Yeah, they found the window for the ego. So they take Valakut or they take Titan? I assume they take Titan. Yeah, they named Titan. I mean, we couldn't do everything here. All right, well. Gordon Lightfoot, yeah, that is another good boomer artist. I want to have Dispute up, so this gets a Steam Events, and then next turn I can have Dispute plus the and I don't need them this turn. Technically, I could Iteration on their turn, although you may play the exile card this turn. Not such great text on their turn. Yeah, Weird Al's live show is apparently fantastic. Okay, can you quit it with the discard opponent? Oh, it's just push. And they want to harass my Teferi for 1 damage? Okay, that's fine. If this is your plan, opponent, welcome. You're welcome to it. Second Stoneforge. Yeah, I'd really rather you didn't. Nope. Yeah, I think so too, Mort. That's why I was going to do it. Yeah, sword would be... It's not even that it would be particularly tough, but it's like the two... It's also the 2 squires, right? Like, at the moment, I have everything nicely in balance, but, 2 squires. That's 1 squire too many for me. All right, we're going to iterate now. See if I can't find something. I found all the things. I think we're going to Prismari Command, Shatter Rummage, or Shock Rummage. I could just Prismatic Ending, huh? Hand, bottom, exile. What do you want me to call it? Like, once it's not doing its thing, like, it's a squire. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to call it? Rats. Goodbye, Clue. Oh, they're going for the dwarf. Fair. Best card in Magic that's never had a heyday? Overgrown Tomb. That's just a niche card of mine. I love Overgrown Tomb. Okay, so let's go crack the Clue. Okay, that's unfortunate. Literally doesn't do anything now. But we can Prismari Command it away while killing the Teferi. So let's do that. Sure. Castle Ardenvale will soon become a problem. Yep. Holy what now? Wow, they're really high on threats. I did not expect this. Okay, well, we just gotta find a Valakut and we'll be okay. 33 cards left, it can't be that hard. Opponent, if you... Oh, they're fate sealing themselves. Okay, I was like... If you're trying to game me on going top bottom, I got news for you. I'm just gonna. Okay, that's a okay draw. Actually, this means I can kill the Teferi this turn if I do hit a Valakut. So let's do that. You've got to be kidding me. Brutal. There's not enough stuff to fetch anymore. Harsh Mentor. That is a card. This deck is only 23 lands, Larynx. It's not even land heavy. What's Seance from? A core set or like Innistrad? I think it's Innistrad. This is also going to be a thing real soon. Sure. Dark Ascension. All right, so I was in the ballpark. All right, deck. We need a heater here. Also, welcome, Kaya. Hope the world is treating you just the absolute best. Jeez, you gotta be kidding me on this one. Hand, bottom, exile. Okay, there's at least one more Steam Vents. I don't really care about my life total at the moment. I played my land for the turn, but let's do this one, and then do this one. And then we'll cycle that end turn, or... Yeah, because I down-ticked Teferi, so I can't play the Clue at instant speed. Well, we're not dead yet. I don't know that we actually have enough mountains left in our deck even once I find the Valakut to actually kill them anymore. I mean, I've got 2 in hand, 3 in hand. I'm going to cycle this one, but this is getting kind of shitty. Thank you, Chaos Theory. Spoopy Ponza. Yeah, there you go. Stitch your supplier. Just bring it back, sack it. Bring it back, sack it. Now you're cooking with propane. Look at that. And then you got to play the new card that gives you a bunch of decaying zombies. They just entwined a Kaya's Guile. Savagery. I wasn't going to use my graveyard anyway, but he built it yesterday. He was playing it on stream today, yeah. Jeez. Nope. Uno más. Nope. Man, we just got eaten alive by Unmoored Ego. Well. Brutal. Yeah, that was really unfortunate. We only have 23 lands in this deck, so that was just like pretty unreal. But it happens. It happens to everyone. Oh, sorry, no, we have 27. I grouped them badly. Okay, it makes more sense. I grouped them so that I could get them in the screenshot, and then obviously my brain was just like, yep, that's how many lands there are, only that pile. Still, 27, I mean, that was still pretty unreasonable. But they also had a perfect early game where they were able to punch through their Unmoored Ego. So... And, like, maybe I could have played more aggressively to prevent it. It's entirely possible. I think I did an okay job managing the early game, but that might be wrong. Okay, still no Luris. For the opponent. It's very, very slow. This is not good enough for Modern. That's much better. I'm going to ship one of these iterations because I want the curve. Oh, Harmless Gift is the donate a cat, right? Harmless Offering? Harmless Offering. Harmless Offering is the card and you donate the Liliana's Pact. Yeah, Harmless Pact is the deck. Yeah. Crap. Please be E-Tron, opponent. I will love you forever. Yikes. I know, I saw Kaya. Prismatic Ending doesn't help me. Blue cards do. Theoretically, green cards could. I think we're dead, though. Alright. Put me out of my misery, opponent. Yep. Modern is healing. I mean, it's just possible they don't have a second payoff, right? Does that mean I can win? Probably not, but you know, you just go for it. It's not going to take much time. I'm just trying to get myself more in the attitude for next season. Little more grinder attitude. Jeez. I mean, I gonna hate this card, man. Not in general, just like in any deck that's not playing infinite numbers of 1-drops and 0-drops. It just tilts me. It's not like it was even that bad here. So I'd rather have Prismari Command so I can kill this O-Stone and get my Titan in next turn. Well, the turn after next. But then we'll be able to X2. Alright, so this. And then bottom Teferi, exile that. Alright. Maybe I should have played Valakut this turn. It depends. They're just going to have Ulamog anyway, so. Well, maybe not. Oh, Karen. Liquid metal coating, sure. I can't quite kill Karn right now, but I can shatter the coating, which I guess I have to do. Two damage and the shatter. Where are you? There we go. Thoughts on Heineken beer? It's fine. It's fine beer. It's all right. I've had times where I liked it more or less. Same with Stella. Same with Lowenbrow. Or Löwenbräu if you're my grandfather. Well, now I don't have anything to creativity, though. But I'll be able to bounce the coil. I can help you out if you want something, Kaya. If you just want something to put in the slot for now. I mean, the tiered slots, like, I've never had anyone go tier 2, tier 3. Although you may have a fan base that's more likely to do that. That's a baller move. So I'm going to what, 4? So it severely limits my options. Okay. My sideboard sucks for this matchup. Which is fair. Like, this was not really on people's radar at the time. You gotta pick your battles. You know what the funny thing is that I never really there's a thing called, what is it, electron tunneling? Proton tunneling? I mean, I think it's electron tunneling. Which is possibly how quantum mechanics works. I don't know any of the details of it, but it's funny because for some reason I assumed it was reference to that. Don't ask me why. No. Maybe? Doesn't have any acceleration, but, like, we've got one piece of interaction that's probably about as good as we can get. This deck is not good here. What's it called when you observe something, the act of observing makes it disappear? I don't know if there's a specific name for that, although I'm open to learning. Definitely the problem with quantum mechanics is that in order to be observed, we have, is it Heisenberg's uncertainty principle? That sounds right. In order to be observed, you need a way to measure, like, these subatomic particles, and anything that we use that would measure them will change them. And that's the sort of joke that Kai is describing there. That was a joke on Futurama. No fair! You'd change the outcome by measuring it. Yeah. Because basically, you need to do something, like reflect light off them, but reflecting light will impart them with energy. So it doesn't work. Seriously? Alright, we may get to steal one here. So, hand, bottom, exile, play. Okay. So I'm gonna go for Titan X2. They can't stop me. So we go Dwarven Mine, then Shatter, make a treasure. Hold on. Cool. Alright, they're dead. So we do it this way. We can even counter a Dismember this way. Banger. I should have chipped for one. You think you're in love with Breach again? Jiggy, don't do it. It's just gonna hurt you again. So on the draw, I think I want Mystical Dispute, even though it seems stupid and kind of garbagey. Like, if for some reason it ends up being turn 4. Let's keep this Strike It and ditch Hard Evidence. Yeah, I mean, Jake, it's yeah, and it's just like, exactly, with Velomachus is like, even when the format had a bunch of blue-red prowess, I was like, I'm still getting like a 70% win rating with it. Or I never measured, but like I only remember ever getting 1 2-3 league with classic Velo in like any of the formats, and then it was like almost all 4 1s and a couple 3 2s, and then the occasional 5-0. Yeah, this is not good enough. This is spectacularly bad. Did they take any mulls? They went to 5? Alright, we'll keep this one and just hope it kind of works out. It's a terrible matchup, so. What's up, Tink Fang Wan? The intro to the, like, the sort of first half of this song, this right here, like, just choose any of these words or sentences, and this is what I hear when I hear the Emrakute emote in my head. Her. The high-pitched one. Oh, we top-decked on tap mana. Gross. Really good for us. This character. And, like, the translation would be like, I'm going to eat them all now, Kaya. Just be, like, the super cutesy voice, but then the translation is, like, just nightmare fuel. What kind of creature should Golem Smeagol be? Well, first of all, it should be a flip card, right? Alright, a double face card. No, it should flip when a creature dies. It should flip based on a creature dying. Either one that it dealt damage to combat, or not. You'd love for Golem and Smeagol to be different creatures? Isn't a DFC even better? For that, like, concept? So they're not going to get a payoff this turn. So having Gust is good enough, most likely this turn, and then we can dispute next turn, which again, depending on what payoff they get, won't be good enough. But at this point, we're kind of at the prey stage of this game. Resolves. Alright, we'll iterate here. I can still dispute. Yeah. Because I need to find something that actually wins me the game. Yikes! Alright, well. Hand. Bottom. Exile. Play that. Alright. Nice. Please play Karn the Great Creator. Come on, opponent. Be cool. China's still cool. Rats. Results. Wait, they played their land first? Are they playing around Mana Leak? Results. If I don't have to sack this treasure this turn, I don't want to. Whoa. That was a misclick. I love you, MTG bot. Come back. It was a bad misclick. Ah! So X2 gets me Valakut plus 1 mountain. So the question is, can I afford to wait 1 turn? Because getting the second Valakut into play makes that 18 damage post-combat. Which... no waiting, only Smark. I can X2 right now, but it's not enough damage, Kaya. Is it? No. I can X2, but I have to play the Wooded Foothills. Valakut and 3 mountains is 9. No, I know that, but that's not enough. Like, a lot of their payoffs are gonna beat me. Yeah. So we just go Valakut, attack them for 1, and we just pray that we fade them 1 more turn. And honestly, some of their payoffs are not going to be good enough here. Exactly, MTG bot. So hopefully they Sylvan Scrying, we get to dispute it. Everything but Ulamog isn't good, exactly. Dan Bopes programmed it to do that, Mord, and I am not going to change it. So the guy who made MTG bot came in here a couple times, and well, Karn Liberated would be a pain. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Desolation Twin. Yeah, MTG bot is quality QOL. Quality of life. For The Longest Time by Billy Joel is a pretty good boomer song. I'm not 100% sure, Cube. Or, not Cube, Michael. Okay, so this is fine. I'm gonna make a very strong push over the next 2-3 months, Larynx, and then if it doesn't work out, then I think I'm gonna quit and do something else. Okay. What do you got? Liquid metal coating's not good enough. Bridge is not good enough. Well, alt accounts would help my follower count, but it wouldn't help my consecutive or my what do you want to what is the word? Simultaneous viewership? That's not the word I want, but that's the word that I'm using now. Sacrifice treasure and dwarf after. No, I know. More, I specifically set up exactly how concurrent. Thank you. It's exactly the word I wanted. Concurrent viewership. Yeah. So we attack for 1, put him to 18, and I believe they die. Warping Whale time? Yeah, if they have it, that'll get us good. Please no. So this makes sure I have enough mountains. We need enough mountains first. Don't fetch now, he screams. No, I need enough mountains for it to start triggering, don't I? Or did I miscount? Okay, I think the way I math this out, this is going to be okay, but, like... Because now I get Valakut plus a mountain, that does 6. Then I get mountain, that does 18. And if I hadn't done it, Mord, we would get 0 triggers on the first one, right? I'm almost 100% sure I did this right, instead of doing it wrong. I'm going to triple target, just in case they have removal, because we can't play around Warping Whale. This also means they're super ultra mega dead if this resolves. Only Warping Whale saves them. All right, they're dead. But more to the point, the X2 was going to be exactly good enough the way I did the math. Yeah. So, because I couldn't hold the fetch land, Mort, I don't think. Maybe I could have. So the first one would have gotten me Valakut Mountain, 0 triggers. Then I get Mountain, I get 4 triggers, then I fetch and get another 2 triggers. I don't know. Afraid of them nature's claiming or something weird? Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things that could have happened, but we got lucky and we got through there. Oh, definitely keep this against Luris. You graduated college so you wouldn't have to do math? Is that how that works? Sure. Got more? Oh, that'd be great, Larynx, yeah. So I'm going to figure out what time slot I want. I think I want to go on somewhere around noon and go until 8 p.m. Which obviously is a change for the people who've been following me for a while, so I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fetch Shock here. What are you trying to do, Chaos Theory? If you're trying to plug my stream, you don't need the link to be that complicated. Let's get the Steam Vents now. I can get the Plains next turn. Or not the Plains, the Mountain. Okay, gotcha. Thanks. Hoagland already knows me, so he might raid me someday. Although I don't stream Arena, and I don't know if he ever raids non-Arena people. What do you got, nerd? What are you gonna do, kill me? Yeah, I know, Cube. It can be when you have its fairy plussing. We did have a game where we started doing that. Yep. We're gonna do to me? So trigger. So the only thing that beats me is a second hammer. Well, it won't actually kill me, but... No, it actually won't kill me. Okay, good to know. We can be sure not to die by... No. We just go shock shatter here, Mord. And if they have a second hammer, they hit us for 11, but we don't die. So I think it's fine. If they have second hammer, we die. Oh, right, because it saves the... All right, yeah, you're right. So shatter shock. Shatter shock is better. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Save me from myself. I'm a moron. Yeah, all right. It was a good draw. So, Teferi bounce the Sigarda's Aid. Do you play in paper still? I've recently gotten back to playing in paper because it has become legal and safe to do so. In Canada. So yeah, I have. I've played Velomachus Turns twice and Jeskai Warza once. And I will be judging the pre-release for Midnight Hunt in just a little while. Yes, Dragon Shield mats. Dragon Shield mat is the only sleeve that I think is worth my money. Damn it. That's really annoying. Oh, alright. I really hated Katana when I tried them. I wanted to like them because I love everything else that Ultimate Guard makes, and the Katana sleeves were garbage. Garbage. They were awful. I used them for one tournament, and they were toast, and they were bad. Really bad. So, Dragon Shield mats. I hate the gloss. They are very, very tough. If you don't mind the gloss coating, I think Dragon Shield gloss is fine. I just personally really don't like them, like, at all. I can't stand those sleeves. I just don't like touching them. I thought katanas were garbage, but that's me. Gloss coating makes foils harder to see. No, there are like frosted fronts, like Eclipse. Someone mentioned Eclipse sleeves. Those have like a frosted front. Yeah, I think you're thinking of something else. Okay, so creativity, shock my land. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get 2. So I think this game is just over. So we go hand, bottom, Exile. Yeah, Eclipse. I didn't like Eclipse sleeves either. I thought I was going to. I didn't like them. I can get an extra point of damage now. I'm not going to worry about it. Bet it's going to matter.
Compadres, it is imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season.
And remember, a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to go for this turn. Because it's possible we just don't kill them and then... Wait, is this... Yeah, this is only 12. It's possible we lose because I did this. What do they need? No, it's unlikely. I mean, if they just have a hammer, we're dead. But they need to have the hammer in hand. The one in the graveyard, even if they have a land in hand, they don't have enough mana. So they need a hammer that they can access for 1 mana. So Steel Shaper's Gift would beat us. Land Hammer currently beats us. Got him. The Dragon's Shield slip in inserts I've heard really good things about, but I would never go through that much trouble. I just use perfect KMC, perfect fits, not perfect hearts, perfect fits. Go top down, Dragon Shield, bottom up, and then Ultimate Guard boxes for everything. These things are sick. The Sidewinder's actually not that good. I have an archive, and I have, oh, what is it? It's like a plastic one. A monolith? I think it's a monolith. So Shattering Spree, Lightning Bolt. I think that's all I need. I don't want so many Teferis. Probably don't want any Teferis, honestly. Yeah, I enjoy sleeving cards. I find it very relaxing. No, it's I have a monolith that I use for the one tournament deck I play on a weekend is in the monolith, and then I have boulders for extra decks and extra cards that I bring with me. So when I sit down to play, I pull out my boulder, which has a dice tray on, or not a boulder, the monolith, which has a dice tray on the bottom. Just unsnap all that. A life pad and a playmat, and that's it. That's all I need. I have 3 items, unpack them, and then pack them up. So boulder's just the slotted one I can show you. So, yeah, monolith. So, monolith with the dice tray on the bottom. It has the same kind of boulder opening. And then archive with 4 boulders inside. These are the best products I've ever had deck box wise. We're against Hammer Time, huh? Sure. Switch to sealable smoke inners on everything. I use black sleeves only, so I've never had a problem with needing smokes. But if that is something you want, then that's something you can do. I think I'm going to just go Triome Pass here. We'll see if we get killed. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. Sometimes you just get nut drawed by hammer like Jiggy did. Aid no land? Aid no land is Pog. So now we're going to go fetch shock, ending that. I definitely don't want to give them more shots at the land that they want. Oh, thank you for that Prime sub, G-Goat88. Paradise Mantle, that's cute. Do I need to pay... Do I need to keep paying the taxman here? I think I will. I think I will. 'Cause he's the taxman. Whoa, 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 he's the taxman. Yeah, with the sword you'll pay the 3. Stoneforge. Cool. I think Memory Lapse will ever be modern legal. Yeah, it could happen. I don't think it's a good idea, but it could happen. This was the theme song for Counter Monkey? Counter Monkey with Spoonie forever ago. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. So next turn we can X2 a creativity by going Prismari Command for a treasure. What would you call that mire? The bog, the swamp of the dead, the bog swamp? I forget what it was called. I would call that a sinkhole, or that it was full of sinkholes. This is Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Opening 1. For anyone curious. No equip? What does this mean? They left open the mana, but they don't have a Sigarda's Aid. I don't know, wreck you? Shrug? Okay. So let's go make a treasure to destroy either the mantle or the Memnite. I think the mantle. Yeah. This probably seems a little weird, but I'm going to do it this way. Land? Fuck. So I can just creativity X2 here. I don't think we can die once we do that. Oh god, there's blood everywhere. Opponent's off it. It's a pretty easy 4-1 there, huh? The only thing we lost to was the Esper Stoneblade nonsense deck, which got us with Unmoored Ego in game 2 and 3. That was tough. But yeah, this was very straightforward, very powerful. I'm not convinced on Strike It Rich in this deck at all. I think... Well, so Barbecue Hoss, that was the question I had coming into this. How does this compare to Velomachus turns? That's a good question. So one, Strike It Rich was fine here. I didn't find it particularly appealing. I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it might be. That said, I think you should probably just try this with Explore. I'm sure Cedric Phillips did. He's pretty intense, so I assume he tried most of the viable options and he rejected that. But yeah, that's possible, Cube. If you do want to play Growth Spiral, you could then play some more instant speed stuff. That you already are out of your sideboard, so I guess maybe that's an okay reason to do that. I just feel Growth Spiral has to be better than Iteration. Again, I'm just not someone who's ever played decks in which iteration is particularly good. Although we did win one of the games by finding the creativity off the iteration. And like when you're playing a deck that has a powerful linear plan from time to time, it may be the case that iteration is really good here. Ramping into early creativities is that good shit. Yeah, so both Explore and Growth Spiral allow you to do that, right? They allow you to X is 1 on turn 3. So, I don't know. This was good, smooth, well-constructed. When you compare this to Velomachus, what it has is less quote-unquote bad cards in it for a payoff that is less likely to win you the game that turn. So if you're comparing this to straight Velomachus turns, that deck, if they X's 1 creativity, they can just kill you that turn. This deck, if you X's 1 creativity on turn 3, 4, 5, you're not going to kill them. You might eventually win, but you're not going to kill them. And that was the appeal of Velomachus, is like its hyper-linear draw was really good. However, this is castable, first of all, which I do like about your creativity target. You get to play 4 of it, so like you can creativity X3, as we did in one game, and that's an immediate win if you get to the mid-game. This is less vulnerable to Unholy Heat and any and all spot removal because you get something out of this entering the battlefield. So that's the most important thing to like compare and contrast about all these different creativity decks is like, 1, how resilient is it to the removal that's commonly played in the format, and 2, what do you get in like the fail case? Right, I agree with you, the one. But at the same time, the payoff for an X's 1 Titan is your next creativity or Titan, right? I think that's the way to look at this deck, is like, if you feel like you are forced to X's 1 a Titan, that's just bridging you to a mid game where you're going to X's 2 or just cast a Titan or whatever. And at that point, you're probably going to win. So, do you think this is better than Red Green Scapeshift? So yeah, he also played a Wish version of Scapeshift, which I haven't touched yet. I also have never really played Red Green Shift, Titan Shift. But this, like, we won one of our matches, Freak, by playing Teferi Time Raveler on, like, turn 2 or 3 against Glimpse of Tomorrow combo, where they would have beaten Red Green Shift, like, almost definitely. So, it's extra steps, but it's also extra tools. Red Green Shift also might have lost to Hammer Time in a bunch of games where we had Prismatic Ending, because it's a much bigger deal than Lightning Bolt against Hammer Time, right? So, just thoughts. Yeah, this deck can snowball over multiple turns. That's definitely a good way to look at it. And also, again, it's less vulnerable to removal. Yeah, it's about to be the one. Sorry, I'm just wrapping up on this deck. But, yeah, so if you're in the future and you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Check out my live Twitch streams on twitch.com/mana symbol. And I will see you there.